What to do? What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Leo. So man, back here again with another video. Today we got a video by one of my favorite channels of all time. I've been watching this guy for years now when it comes to any and all the comic book related shows and movies I watch. We got Emergency Awesome. This is Doctor Strange 2, Wandavision, deleted scene and alternate ending explained, Marvel Phase 4. Like I said, I love this guy. I've been watching his content for years now, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's the reason like I know a lot about certain things that's going on in behind the scenes in movies and films and TV shows and all that kind of stuff, because Emergency Awesome always gets the scoop, you know what I'm saying, and his information is normally 100% of the time pretty much accurate, you know what I'm saying. So I'm definitely gonna check this out. Plus, I heard about this, but I didn't watch it yet, so I'm gonna see what he has to say, because I know he has all the intel and he has a scoop. So what's up? Also, you haven't seen this page, I definitely suggest you go check it out. Like all your comic book, pop culture type stuff, Star Wars, all that stuff, he literally has the intel on all of it, bro. So like, go to him if you need like to know the scoop on something, for real. He's a dope channel. I've been watching him for years, man.
Welcome back, everyone. This is going to be my new Doctor Strange 2 video. They just revealed a whole bunch of deleted scenes from Wandavision that were going to feature Benedict Cumberbatch's Doctor Strange, teasing the movie. So to break it all down, there's a whole bunch of Easter eggs confirming a bunch of big theories, a bunch of scenes they basically deleted at the last minute.
Dang.
He was originally a much bigger part of the plot of all the episodes
than
we ever believed. And some of the weirder, more confusing aspects of the show make a lot more sense when you hear what he was doing in each of the episodes. If you're brand new to the channel, I'll be doing videos for all the Marvel Phase 4 Disney Plus series. Be sure to subscribe to get all those
apparently
episodes.
He was supposed to have a much more
big one.
higher pivotal role than what they, gave him, or what they didn't give him. Because like a lot of people were disappointed at the fact that he didn't show up, you know what I'm saying? The closest we got to reference to Doctor Strange was like when Agatha mentioned the Sorcerer Supreme and how Wanda is more powerful than that. And also at the very end, some people missed it. A lot of people missed it. If you listen to the music when she's in the cabin and she's flipping through the thing, they play a little bit of Doctor Strange's theme in there.
For spoilers for everything that happened on the WandaVision episodes, if you haven't seen those yet.
If you haven't seen it, you're tripping.
And just number these as we go along, just to stay organized. But you probably saw this week it was revealed that Benedict Cumberbatch's Doctor Strange storyline during WandaVision started with all of the commercials, those weird fake commercials that you saw in most of the episodes. So what was supposed to happen is that prior to the events of episode 1, right after Wanda broke down and created the Hex without really realizing what she was doing, just letting herself be overwhelmed with her grief and loneliness, after kind of being pushed there over the edge by Tyler Hayward and Sword, the really dark twist on that is that we actually found out that he was doing that on purpose, trying to get her to use her magic to bring Vision back to life, so to speak, reactivate him. That was why some of his dialogue sounded so weird, like he'd been developing a working theory that she could somehow reactivate Vision's dead body. They've been trying to reactivate Vision's body through that whole 5-year time gap between Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame. But he successfully pushes her into that full mental breakdown. She creates the Hex, and the event is so extreme in magnitude that it sets off pretty much every single magical alarm that Doctor Strange has around the Earth.
See, that's what I'm saying. Everyone was thinking that.
Magical cosmic threats from other dimensions. Because as he told Iron Man when they had their big bro-off moment, his #1 job is protecting the main MCU reality.
Right.
He also kind of referenced that when he was talking about Loki with Thor earlier.
Yeah,
Your
I was
brother
thinking about
is on
that,
the list. So, of course, Doctor Strange, Sorcerer Supreme, would sense when Wanda created the Hex. She was also doing it in New Jersey, just one state over, which isn't that far away from the Sanctum in New York City.
Westview.
So right after this moment, the Hex goes up and Wanda drives into Westview during the opening scene of episode 1 with the fake version of Vision she created, Hex Vision, in the 1950s with everything all black and white. And while that's happening, Doctor Strange is not able to portal into the Hex just to snap his fingers and dispel the magic, make everything go away, because of the way Wanda's chaos magic works. And Scarlet Witch has just gone full-blown comic book.
I would have to assume, because, you know what I'm saying, he's already starting to break it down to, like, scenes at which Doctor Strange is supposed to be involved. So I would really hope that maybe there's a small section of Doctor Strange 2 where they kind of go over this. And because I think the idea of them like not using it, like they have a perfect reason as to why maybe he's not incorporated. So I think not going over that in a Doctor Strange 2 movie would be kind of like a big disservice, because, so many people are looking for Doctor Strange throughout the whole series. So hopefully they go over in Doctor Strange 2.
Like Agatha Harkness said, you are the Scarlet Witch. They explained during episode 1 in those flashbacks that she was actually born with chaos magic,
Right,
and the
right.
way they
It's
clarify
crazy.
chaos magic is that it's magic without a cost, and it also gives her the ability to weave spells, weave magic without incantations. So she
That's
doesn't need
crazy.
to learn a spell out of a book the
Super
same way Doctor
powerful, bro.
Strange has to learn, like he has to read a book to learn how to do something before he can do it. That's why little girl Scarlet Witch here is able to stop Iron Man's Stark Tech bomb from
Right,
exploding
that's
by
crazy
throwing up
right
a
there.
probability spell before she ever thought about
I
studying
love
magic.
I love when movies do that. Like an event will happen, and it kind of like just seems like, okay, whatever. It's kind of like so minute in detail, but then like years, maybe months, whatever, weeks, episodes, movies later, they go back over that detail and they give you like, no, actually, this is what really was happening. You know what I'm saying? They break it down further to where it's like, oh wow, you wouldn't have caught that like just hearing about it the first time. I love when like movies and TV shows do that.
Did a video earlier this year about why that happened. So in the comics, Scarlet Witch, when she was born, was actually imbued with chaos magic by Chthon, the god of chaos.
Chthon.
So that's why she's born with this crazy OP level
Now,
of power. When she came into contact with a Mind Stone, it just amplified her power off the charts. So she always had access to chaos magic. It's just that after the Infinity Stone encounter, it was like the stream inside her turned into this raging river, taking her power off the charts.
Right,
And
right,
that's where you
right.
get to that prophecy about her in the Darkhold, saying that she's supposed to be more powerful than the Sorcerer Supreme, Doctor Strange. The Darkhold was also written by Chthon, the god of chaos. So that's why Doctor Strange wasn't immediately able to portal into the Hex and stop everything on a dime.
Gotcha.
The Hex would not let him in. The magic was too powerful. So
Gotcha.
Doctor Strange's workaround for this during the series was to try and communicate with Wanda, send her subliminal messages to try and get her to realize what was happening and snap out of it. Doctor Strange was supposed to be the person creating the fake commercials that we were watching. The first one in episode 1 was the Stark Tech toaster, which was meant to represent the bomb.
That just adds so much more detail to this series. Not like a lot of people really love this series. Like and when you have these things like this, like the little small minute details that kind of bring somewhat significance to the story, it's like, yo, this whole thing was just crazy, bro. Wow, that's crazy. They should have. I wish they would have gone with that. Like actually showed that. That's crazy.
For parents, that's why you hear the arc reactor sounds and the ticking sound that the bomb makes in the flashback scene from episode 8. It's also the reason why the same people appear in all the commercials. The second one was the
I didn't even
Strucker
catch
Watch,
that.
Baron von Strucker, the experiments
same
he did
people,
on
same
them with the
person.
Mind Stone. Strucker will make time for you. The third one was the Hydra Soak commercial with the
snap.
Tesseract-shaped soak.
I did not
And it was a
peep.
huge metaphor for Wanda avoiding her
It was the same
problems,
actress.
Calgon style. Calgon, take me away from all my problems into a fake reality that I created for myself. The fourth one was the Legos paper towels, which was a
Legos.
reference to her oops,
Yeah.
quote-unquote, mess that she created
Civil
during
War.
the events of Captain America Civil War. Like the
Yeah.
red represents the blood of the people that she killed inadvertently through collateral damage when she was trying
man.
to stop Crossbone's explosion. And
Right.
the Yo Magic one was meant
That
to
one
be
was the
Doctor
most
Strange
strangest one.
telling Wanda about what Agatha Harkness was doing to her inside the Hex. So that also kind of reveals that Doctor Strange knew about Agatha Harkness the whole time,
That's
snacking
crazy.
on her magic, so to speak, until she would eventually just withered away like the other witches
It was
from her former
Agatha all along. Bro, that song is kind of fire. Let's keep it as that.
Later, you do see her arms turn gray after Agatha starts to siphon off some of her
Yeah,
magic.
that was
In that
strange.
last one, the whole Nexus commercial was Doctor Strange being way more overt about it, trying to explain to her how she was a Nexus being in the multiverse. Basically like the same everywhere, like one Wanda across the entire multiverse. In the comics, Nexus beings are these big focal points for energy, which also sort of goes hand in hand with the idea that she's this mythical being, the Scarlet Witch. But during the commercial, there's the dialogue saying, you should not take Nexus unless your doctor has cleared you to move on with your life, and the woman picks up the Nexus pills from the doctor. That was supposed to be Doctor Strange more overtly referencing himself, like Doctor Strange is the doctor, and he's telling Wanda that he's going to help treat her like a regular doctor and help her learn about her chaos magic powers and sort out this big prophecy in the Darkhold about her bringing about the end of the world. You have to remember, the reason why he's called Doctor Strange isn't because he's Sorcerer Supreme. He's called
'cause he's
Doctor
an actual
Strange
doctor.
because he is a medical doctor.
That's
Then what would have
crazy.
happened after that is that during the finale, he would have finally appeared on screen.
It's so interesting too. Like a medical doctor, goes through and learns like magic and all that kind of stuff. That's like something that if you watch this film, it's like doctors aren't really taught to believe in that kind of stuff. They're taught to believe in medicine, practicality. You know what I'm saying? Likelihoods and chances, and they based on like not probability, but more so like what makes logical sense, you know what I'm saying? So the fact that he does like magic and stuff now, but he's still a doctor. He has a knowledge and experience as a doctor. It must be kind of conflicting, you know what I'm saying? Like thought wise.
What it all meant, how chaos magic works, and how to use those runes that she uses to trap Agatha Harkness. He would have also helped her sort out what was going on with Billy and Tommy as well. Like they have that big post-credit scene tag. That was always going to be part of the series, teasing Doctor Strange 2 more overtly.
I ain't gonna lie, she kind of...
Kevin Feige, what had happened was they had signed Benedict Cumberbatch to this special contract to do the WandaVision episodes, all of his scenes, and then the virus happened. So for a number of different reasons, they had to rework a lot of the plot, and they just rewrote things again. Then at the last minute, when it came time to make a decision about Benedict Cumberbatch, they opted to just leave him on the cutting room floor, so to speak, and completely rewrote the finale. Also because they got rid of his scenes and he was such a big part of the plot, they had to rework and add some extra scenes in reshoots later. Like this scene where they're fighting each other and she throws
basically the virus, you know what I'm saying, like a normal, like always, like it did with everything else, kind of screwed everything up. I'm gonna be so glad when all this is over.
Up around the hex, surprising Agatha Harkness. During the reshoots, they had to add that dialogue where she says, "No one taught me how to do this," because they wanted it to feel like Wanda figured this out herself instead of Benedict Cumberbatch's Doctor Strange teaching her how to do it, which was originally what was going to happen.
Really?
The post-credit scene that they have with her studying from the Darkhold, trying to learn more about chaos magic, was always going to be part of the series, and it was always going to be a direct teaser for Doctor Strange 2. Billy and Tommy were always going to be crying out to her from the multiverse, so to speak. At least that's what they're implying. Like they're crying out to her from some other dimension, and she's going to go and try and find them during Doctor Strange 2. And when it came to teasing the villain of Doctor Strange 2, because everyone has theories about who that's going to wind up being.
Isn't it Nightmare?
If it's going to be Chthon, the god of chaos, because it kind of seems what they're implying during the series. Or if it's going to wind up being Nightmare, completely different character, or if they're even going to reference Mephisto. I do love the theory that Billy and Tommy crying out to her from the multiverse or from some other dimension is really a trick of the villain of Doctor Strange 2, trying to bait her to do something, to use her magic to bring about this prophecy that's inside the Darkhold. So essentially, Kevin Feige says they got rid of Benedict Cumberbatch's scenes because they didn't want him to undermine Wanda's character arc during the series. They were worried that if he showed up in the finale, that's all anybody would be talking about, and everyone would just completely forget about Wanda's...
let's be honest, though. Before they showed up, you know, during the concurrence of the season, that's pretty much what everyone's talking about. Doctor Strange, Mephisto, all that stuff. I mean, yeah, I see what they were going for, and then, you know, the whole pandemic also kind of added to them making decisions on like what they need and what they don't need. So I guess it makes sense now.
And Kevin Feige said that he didn't want WandaVision as a series just to feel like it was a glorified teaser for Doctor Strange 2. So it sounds like originally they had planned for way more Doctor Strange 2 crossover scenes and Easter eggs throughout all the different episodes. It confirms a lot of theories because there were various points during the series where it felt like they were trying to reference Doctor Strange 2 or Benedict Cumberbatch's Doctor Strange in some way. After the WandaVision finale and after the Falcon and Winter Soldier finale, a lot of the people behind the series, the different producers, talked about trying to create the show in the edit room the same way that they create the Marvel movies.
Really?
Like they'll shoot a whole bunch of stuff, they'll try a bunch of different things, then they'll try to sew it all together in the edit bay so that it all makes sense. And sometimes that works better than others. Like it doesn't work quite as much on a TV show where you really have to plot everything out pretty carefully in advance. So if you felt like there were some continuity gaps or some things on WandaVision didn't make sense, it's because they rewrote a lot of things at the last minute.
That's
and
crazy.
Tried some things that were completely different from their original plan.
That thing, Scarlet Witch, Marvel Studios, the Uncanny X, that is actually really funny. That image right there, that's actually really funny right there. But yeah, that's crazy, man. So I mean, that's crazy.
Cut it out. But everyone, let me know in the comments, what do you think about all these Doctor Strange deleted scenes that we're going to be setting up Doctor Strange 2, their big crossover moments during the WandaVision episodes? Do you think they made the right call in just deleting all that stuff and just leaving all their big crossover stuff
they got the same
for the
effect,
actual Doctor Strange 2 movie? We're probably going to get that first Doctor Strange 2 trailer in a couple months, so we won't have to wait too long to see what's going on with that. Cannot wait to see what Sam Raimi did with that movie. Congratulations, Liam Gahagan. You're the giveaway winner from my last big Marvel video. Please email me on the About page of my channel so I can get your contact
Isn't Danny
details.
Elfman doing the score
too? For that brand new Marvel Phase 4 trailer and the Eternals trailer, and click here for my brand new Loki Episode 1 trailer. Thank you so much for watching. Everyone stay safe, and I'll see you guys tonight.
All right, man. like I said, man, Emergency Awesome is a great channel, bro. I go to him for all the scoop and details on everything. But yo, I didn't know they had incorporated Doctor Strange that much into the story. Like, it's crazy that they didn't go with that route. But it also makes sense because, you know, they didn't want to undermine Scarlet Witch and her story, and they also had to make some, you know, changes due to the virus and all that. So I understand why they did what they did. And I mean, yeah, I understand. Like, hopefully, like I said, with Doctor Strange 2, they'll maybe possibly go over some, like, include some of those deleted scenes or something, and like go over like Doctor Strange actually interacting, because that's like a big thing everyone's talking about. It's like, oh, Doctor Strange is not aware of this. Oh, where's Doctor Strange? Where's Doctor Strange? Mephisto? You know what I'm saying? Everyone was like going crazy. So hopefully they incorporate a little bit of like WandaVision, what happened there, and maybe tying like Doctor Strange actually trying to, you know, get into the what's it called? The hex or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But that was a good video by Emergency Awesome, man. Like I said, I go to him for everything, pretty much comic book, super pop culture, any type of franchise related. You know what I'm saying? I go to him for all that. But let me know what you thought about the video, man. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Share this with your friends. I don't care who, your mom, dad, the person down the street. It doesn't matter who. And peace.